Skill 1, the language of algebra. In each of the following expressions, state the coefficient of the x term. The coefficient is a way of saying the number out the front of a letter. So we're looking for the number out the front of the x term. Alright, you need to be very careful which term you're looking for specifically, or which letter. In this case, we're looking for the x term. So let's look at question 2a. We've got 6x take away 3y. We're looking for the number out the front of the x term. Here's the x term. The number out the front is 6. So our answer is 6. If we look at E, we've got 3x take away 2x squared. Again, we're looking for the number out the front of the x term. This one's x, that's our x term. This one here is x squared. X squared might have the same letter in it, but because it's got this squared, it's a different power, and that's not what we're looking for. So we're going to ignore that term, and we're going to focus on the x term, and the coefficient is 3. If we look at I, which is a bit harder, we've got 2ax take away x over 2 plus x squared. We're looking for the x term. This is ax, so we've got 2 letters there. That's not what we want. This is x squared, same problem as before. It's a different power. So here is our x term. It looks different because it's being divided by 2, so it's a fraction. We'll write it underneath so we can focus on it a little bit better. Negative x over 2. If you ever see a letter without the number in front, here we've got no number out in front, all we've got is a negative symbol. If there's no number out in front, it means it's a 1. Alright, we don't always write the 1 because we don't have to say we've got 1 of something all the time. In real life, you don't have to say I have 1 bike. You can say I have a bike. Alright, in this case, we don't have to say we've got 1 of a letter. We can just write the letter and it saves us some time. To make this a little bit easier though, we'll put the 1 out in front so it's more clear that we've got negative 1x over 2. Once you've done this part, if you've got a fraction, I recommend ignoring the x part. So rewrite the fraction without the x. So we've got negative 1 over 2. And then remembering we've got x over here. This is our coefficient out the front. It's negative 1 on 2x, which is also known as negative a half. So that would be our answer. Negative a half. We'll do one more. Let's look at M. We've got negative 3x take 4bx plus 6. Here's an x term. Then we've got a bx term. We're not interested in that. And this is just a 6. There's no letter in this at all. Alright, there's no pronumeral. Pronumeral is what we call a letter. So we're interested in the x term here, and the number out the front is negative 3. Don't forget to circle the negative sign as well as the 3. So the answer for the coefficient is negative 3. Alright, it's really important that you remember the negative as well as the number. Continuing with skill 1, we've got some worded questions. Jacqueline studies 5 more subjects than Helena. How many subjects does Jacqueline study if Helena studies 6 subjects, X subjects, or Y subjects? So let's think about this. Jacqueline is always 5 more than Helena. Alright, this is our key part. 5 more. If we want to have more than, we use addition. Now, the key skill here is understanding which math symbol goes with the word. 5 more goes with plus. So that's what we're going to use in these questions, plus. So for A, if Helena studies 6 subjects, Jacqueline studies 6 plus 5, which would be 11. For B, if Helena studies X subjects, X is just a letter representing a number we don't know. So we don't know how many subjects Helena studies. All we know is that it's the letter X. And if Jacqueline is 5 more, it's X plus 5. And that's our final answer. And for C, if Helena studies Y, number of subjects, then Jacqueline must study Y plus 5. Because she's always going to be 5 more no matter what. If Helena studies 100 subjects, Jacqueline will study 105. It'll always be 5 more. In question 2, Diane and Angela walk home from school together. Diane's home is 2 kilometers further from school than Angela's home. So Diane is always plus 2. Diane is always plus 2 on Angela. So, how far does Diane walk if Angela walks 1.5 kilometers? Well, we simply add 2 and we get 3.5 kilometers. If Angela is X kilometers from school, then obviously Diane's going to be X plus 2 kilometers from school.